Andrea becomes the first named storm of the season, but it will stay out in the Atlantic.
We're more concerned right now about the rain in our area. Here's meteorologist Hannah Gard with your weather 40 forecast.
Thanks, guys, and we'll take a little rain over tracking anything tropical in the Gulf, but this has been somewhat tropical type moisture where it's coming in from the southeast, so we have a little bit of a different flow pattern going on right now. We're seeing some storms out there on the North Shore. You haven't got much rain through today until right now, where we're seeing these storms popping up. We had a strong storm move through Poplarville. This is now moving up to the northwest, so got to watch this for Bogalusa up through Varnado, Angie. These areas, we could have that storm coming through over the next maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So tracking that. This is not severe warned, though. It just could have some gusty winds and frequent lightning. We've also seen a storm pop up right here near Folsom. This is also moving up to the northwest, so this is something to watch for. Fluker, Amite, Independence. You could see this heavy rain and some lightning strikes there. South Shore, it's been a little bit quieter now since some storms earlier in the afternoon. We're just seeing some downpours in Plaquemines Parish. We had a little storm pass to the west of Grand Isle down there, and then we've had a few little scattered showers trying to make their way into the metro. We have a downpour there heading through New Orleans East right now. None of this is severe, though, so that's the good thing. We don't want to see any of those stronger storms, and it will start to clear out. The closer we get to sunset, we lose the daytime heating energy. Tomorrow looks a lot drier. Just a couple of little scattered showers in the afternoon, not really even storm activity. And then Wednesday evening, we have to watch. You see this line that's showing up on the clouds on this model? There's an outflow boundary or gust of wind that can pop up storms coming from the east. Maybe we see some storms pop up late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. We won't have daytime heating, though, so it doesn't look like it does too much for us, maybe coastal storms, but we will have lingering energy coming in the upper levels on Thursday. That's going to increase that storm activity. So widespread storms expected. This is more that summary pattern where you're going to get those strong storms that have gusty downburst winds. We could see frequent lightning here as well, maybe even small hail with those. So that's what we're going to get back into later in the week is the stormier pattern. And look where the bullseye is for the heaviest rainfall. It's over the southeastern U.S. We're going to see a cutoff low forming in the upper levels that brings that moisture in the later half of the week. Very dry tomorrow, and then we'll see the moisture increasing through the weekend. Unfortunate timing there for weekend activities. Here's what happens in the upper levels. The high pressure that's been bringing that record heat to the northeast moves off to the west of us, and we're positioned between that high and this cutoff low. This is that northeasterly flow. It can be stormy for us like that, so we will have to watch for those storm complexes and an increase in that afternoon storm activity. The good news, though, when we do see those afternoon storms, it helps with the heat index a lot. It's going to be pretty dry tomorrow and even Thursday before the storms pop up, so we could get to around 108. That's our heat advisory criteria. I don't think we get quite there, but that's going to be the max possible heat index. Still very hot, dangerous heat, and then it feels a little bit better in the later parts of the week into the weekend. Now let's talk about that named storm out there, way out here in the northern Atlantic. This is Andrea. 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds on that. The latest update is moving northeast at 20 miles per hour, so really trucking up in that northeastward direction. By later tonight, Andrea will be gone. So very short-lived storm. Here's why. It's passing into some cooler waters compared to these very warm waters that it was passing over. So that's what allowed it to kind of come together. Looking at the last frames here of visible satellite before the sun goes down, it definitely has that circulation, but there's a lot of breaks here in the clouds. It's pulling in some dry air. It's going over those cooler waters, and there is a little bit of wind shear up there as well. So it's just battling the elements. The next name on the list is Barry, and typically we see our first named storm around June 20th. So we're right on time there. It's June 24th, so we have 4 days after that. Our first hurricane typically doesn't occur until August 11th, a ways to go before we get into the peak of hurricane season, and then our first major hurricane does not typically occur until September 1st. So we still have a ways to go. We also are seeing a lot of Saharan dust out there, which is good for no tropical development or decreased tropical development. But look what happens at the start of next week. We might actually see some of that dust coming into the northern Gulf. Here's a shot from the lakefront. You can see one of those downpours out there. Still feeling pretty warm in some areas, 98 for the feels like temperature right now. So as you're headed home from work this afternoon, still feeling that muggy heat. Wherever there's sun, those passing showers certainly help to cool things off. Tomorrow's going to be hot, guys, 96 for our high because we don't have the rain. You can see as the rain chances increase, those temperatures back off. So it definitely helps to have the moisture. I know it's kind of annoying on the weekends, especially because it makes it difficult to get out there, but feels better.
I will say today when it rained, went outside and I was like, okay, it's a little muggy, but it's cooler.
Yes, it cools it down significantly, so it feels a little bit better. And those big towering clouds, they help to kind of block off that hot summer sun. So it helps.
Love-hate relationship with the Sahara.
Right.
Exactly.
I love it keeps the storms away, but all the other issues that come with
Yeah, at the start of next week, we'll have to start thinking about asthma, allergies, because it does look like a pretty big plume will make it to us.
All right. Thank you so much, Hannah. Well, the New Orleans Pelicans are the talk of the NBA today. Garland Gillen tells us why.
That's right.